Good morning. Good morning. Bix Weir, roadtoro.com with your morning horn of Z's, your sip of tea that I don't have. All right. Lots of news going on, obviously, if you've been watching the news. But really exciting news. Michelle White Doves. All you fans of Michelle White Dove has a new report. It's like a monster report coming out tomorrow. And she is going to cover some stuff that I submitted a question about Grand Canyon Gold. So I'm excited about that. What does the psychic have to say about the Grand Canyon Gold? We already got the remote viewers' take on it, but we'll see what Michelle has to say, along with a million crypto things, a million things on the politics and government. Will there be wars? I mean, literally, this is a huge report. I saw the question. I was like, holy crap. It's a big one. So if you're into Michelle White Dove's stuff, which is really fun, and it's really she was voted the best psychic in America. Not voted, she won the contest. Amazing stuff. She found this guy that was buried in this huge field. It was like, how the hell do you? She literally walked right to the spot and stood. He's right here. How this stuff works, I don't know, but tap into it if you can. It's right here. Number 4 special issue coming January 25th. So it's tomorrow. Go to michellewhitedove.com. Sign up for her newsletter and the free newsletter and get the White Dove report. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a good one. So check it out. And while you're there, look at all the craziness stuff going on in the world right now. Of course, the stock market's rigged. The bond market's rigged. The gold and silver markets are rigged. The cryptos are rigged. Everything's rigged. With computers and derivatives, we've all talked about that. Yes, of course, the solution was Veritasium, which was taken down by the I don't think it's. Truthfully, I don't think it's taken down. Reggie's still doing stuff, by the way. He did post something on what is it? Telegram. He's working on other things related to Veritasium, tax credit, peer-to-peer capital transactions. So Reggie's going to get back to work soon. Question is, what's going to happen to Veritasium as far as fixing it? Is a fix to the old system. The old system is the system we're living in today, where they can create assets out of thin air, trade them 1 trillion times a second, and drive the prices wherever you want. That's going to go away. That's where the criminality starts. It starts with the DTCC and the FICC, which are both the same, which is now in deep on the repo markets. I'll get to that in a second. So all the markets should be going sideways because of this huge plague that's coming to planet Earth. But they aren't, because Steve Mnuchin clicked his mouse this morning, so the stock market's going to stay where it is. Yeah, that's the way our system works. The only way out of it is to crash the old system and implement something new and better. New and better doesn't have to completely trash everything. We can have the same type of markets, just no more rehypothecation, which means 2-3 owners for every asset. Every stock out there has 2 or 3 owners for each share. So the shares you own in your 401k are owned by a lot of other people. And that's how they play the game, and it's completely rigged. And the solution, something like Veritasium. That's my take. Or just shut down markets completely and forget about it and move on with life. So lots of things going on that are bad. Of course, you turn to zero hedge, everything's going to be bad. But they're real things because it is that bad. Texas Instruments to close 2 Dallas chip area factories amid slowdown. The stock market is completely lost. It hasn't lost its mind. It has no mind. The mind of the stock market is a computer click in the basement of the U.S. Treasury in the Fed, New York. Where do you think Glix came from? The Fed, New York put out the comic book with Glix, a guy who sings about the Federal Reserve exposing the criminality. Nah, it doesn't say exposing the criminality. This is teaching people about the Federal Reserve. That's what Glix does in the comic book from the Fed, modeled after yours truly. Snakes, bats, badgers, and rats. Scientists suspect new coronavirus originated in animals. Interesting. That's scary, actually. Look, I love what Zero Hedge talks about the Dow dumping back. Every time the Dow dumps, they put a picture of Mnuchin on his phone. Click my mouse. I'm out of the office. Click my mouse for me. Dow dumps back below 29,000. Treasury yields hit 7-week lows. Somebody do something. And there's Mnuchin. Hey, Sue, that's his secretary. Hey, Sue, click that mouse. We need to bring the Dow back up over 29,000. Thanks. Talk to you later. Sue goes over to his computer. Click. That's how easy it is, my friends. Computers and derivatives all day long. Rabobank. Imagine London in full lockdown. Well, Chinese authorities just decided to issue a Wuhan travel ban, locking down a city with more inhabitants than London. There's 11 million. There's so many people on lockdown now. Now, is this something different? Is it something to scare us into, oh, we better get a bunch of food. We got to get prepared to stay in your house for a while? Is it something like, hey, the financial meltdown's about to happen. If we get people prepared for it, is that better? Yeah, it probably is. So you all you preppers out there should be ready. But if you don't have a couple of weeks worth of food, if you aren't able to shut your doors for 2 or 3 weeks completely and survive just fine, you're way behind in this thing. You got to get at least minimally prepared for a 2 or 3 week shutdown of the normal things. Stock market crash, banking crash, everything shuts down. Everybody runs to the store, pulls out everything in a matter of hours. Just be prepared for something like that because you don't want to be out there rummaging around for food. Yes, that is the worst case scenario. That's not the worst case. The worst case is that happens and it goes on forever. But I don't think it's going to happen like that. I do think we're going to have a market collapse, but I think they've been planning for this for over 110 years. I know they have. And there's all the emergency funds, there'll be no revaluation. All the emergency trusts and things like that, it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Unless they get the real thing, physical. And then, it's like the Chinese elders have all this physical gold. They probably do, but they ain't going to give it to you. Oh, but no, but they're altruistic. They're going to give it there. No, they're going to maintain the control. Get yourself whatever you need. Be self-sufficient. Ghislaine was hacked. Jeffrey Epstein's alleged Madame claims email server was breached. Can you imagine? Well, they already have everything on Epstein, Ghislaine, and the whole Clinton cabal, the pedos. They got everything on it. The NSA has everything on everybody. So if you're looking for Hillary Clinton's emails, they have it. If you're looking for Trump's emails, although he doesn't use email, doesn't know how to. He's old school. Yeah, he knows how to use Twitter, or somebody does in his administration. Anyway, yeah, things are falling apart. Silver is being locked down. They don't want it to get to $18. Again, if you haven't been watching my videos, I have shown many times how silver was the key to the repo fiasco in September. The rise of silver from $14.50 to $19. So the silver riggers are protecting $18, $19 because they lose $1 billion per ounce that silver goes up. So get yourself some silver. This is a gift that they're giving you. A gift. $17, below $18 silver is a gift to you from the banking cabal. So take advantage of it. Go to your local coin shop and buy silver. All right, I did a revamp of the repo chart on the private road and on Patreon that I post every day, keeping track of these bastards. And the reason I did it was this. This chart shows who took out money, in at least the U.S. side. And that's all I could add, but there's more. For money market funds, who's participating in the repo market, as you can see for December, this jumped out. The FICC put $278 billion into the repo market. Now, at first I'm like, oh yeah, wait a minute. What is the FICC? The FICC is basically a holding company of the DTCC, kind of trying to be a clearing company. But what the bankers doing are using the FICC to guarantee they won't lose money by lending money into the repo market, and to cook their books as far as how much cash they hold on hand that is not part of the repo market. It serves a dual purpose, the FICC. It is completely criminal, just like the DTCC. The FICC is a division of the DTCC. And if you're on the road to Ruta, you know what I'm talking about. Go to roadtoruta.com and look up DTCC, and you will find, let's do it right now. Do a search for the DTCC. DTCC. All kinds of stuff. My favorite is this article, So Dark is the Con of the DTCC. Written back in 2012. That's how long I've been fighting this fight. And it talked about the flood. I did a great interview with Sean at SGT. Oh, it's right here. This is the Andy Hoffman interview. Yeah, the DTC, the flood of 55 Water Street in New York City, Hurricane Sandy. And yeah, $33 trillion worth of assets went up. Well, it went up in smoke during a hurricane. You're like, what do you mean, Bix? It went up in smoke. The vault flooded with water. How did it go up in smoke? After they pumped the water out, all these paper certificates in there, when all the gold and silver swap certificates were transferred to the DTCC 2 months before by Michael Dunn, after they flooded it with Hurricane Sandy, Michael Dunn got transferred from the CFTC to the DTCC and was in charge of the vault at 55 Water Street. After he left the door open during Hurricane Sandy and flooded the entire $33 trillion worth of paper assets, they set it on fire. They took all the water out, they pumped the water out, and then they set it on fire. Fact. That is a fact. I'm not making this stuff up. Go back. Just go to roadtoruta.com. You can find out all about the DTC. So dark is the con. And so you're wondering, what's this got to do with anything, Bix? Right here. This little bar right here, the FICC on January 31st guaranteed $278.6 billion worth of assets for the repo market. And when you drill down, who's down there? JP Morgan, 47. Fidelity, which, I can see how Fidelity should be there. But look at this one. BlackRock, the hedge fund. Remember, they're not supposed to lend to hedge funds? BlackRock, the criminal of all criminal hedge funds. Anyway, so because of all that, I have adjusted the Road to Ruta Patreon and private road chart. This is what it looks like for those of you not on the private road. I have added the FICC guarantees. Now, they only post them once a month. So after they post, I'm just going to leave that part on. So we're up to $741 billion since September 11, 2019. That's when the bank bailout started. $741 billion are needed tonight. $741 billion are needed tonight, which includes the overnight repos. Today's was $44.2 billion was needed by the banks just for an overnight, and they had to add a term repo of $30 billion. Now remember, they changed the cap from 35 to 30 billion, and voila! If you look, they don't even try to hide it anymore. I mean, look at the amount for the term repo. It's a 14-day repo. The amount, they changed the amount to 35. So the maximum for all the players wanting to get into the repo market for a 14-day repo, everybody in the world, right, who's eligible, they changed it to 30, and look how much was submitted. 30.000. Does it look like anything's happening there? A little fiddling behind the scenes? Absolutely. 30 was the max. Out of all the players who submitted, it hit exactly 30. It's insane. It is insane what they are doing, but hey, this is the world we're being dealt, and we're going to try to analyze it the best we can. So the $741 billion is made up of the overnight repos, which is just $44.2 billion. Term repos right now there's a cumulative term repo also. So the cumulative term repo is 418 billion right now that they have on loan on short term. Cumulative term repo, 418 billion. And I'm counting that until they close out the repo, but they keep adding. Every time they close out a repo, they add another term repo. This one was 34.3 and they added 30. They're trying to ratchet it down because they're using the FICC guarantees to ratchet it up. They're basically hiding. And then so we have total term repos are 418 plus the FICC guaranteed bank guarantees. Without that, JP Morgan couldn't put that extra 48 billion into the market. They would be constrained on one side and they would be risking the collateral being shit. And the FICC, because they're part of the DTCC, doesn't care because they're the ones who are supposed to be keeping track of the collateral. And by the way, the FICC has no book. They have no assets. It's just a clearinghouse. So what are they doing going in there buying? We are an arm of the U.S. government, by the way. Now they actually aren't. Private corporation. DTCC is a private corporation. Seed and Company owns all the assets. So you could say Seed and Company is lending these, but Seed and Company doesn't own them. They just have, it's in the legal name. The beneficial owner is theoretically JP Morgan. Yes, that's how ugly it is. But all this doesn't matter because they're doing whatever they want behind the scenes. Remember that too. But they can't even do what they used to do anymore. They can't even they're hiding in plain sight. With these FICC guarantees right here. This is a government document right here. Look what the FICC did right here. They weren't even around a couple years ago. And then all of a sudden, hey, bankers got together, oh, we're in deep shit. Why don't we create an entity that can go in and guarantee the repo market, guarantee the assets, which we know are shit, but who could do that? We can't have a federal part of the federal government do it. Let's create something called the FICC, and we'll stick it in there, and then we'll hide behind it, and we'll pretend that the FICC has enough collateral to do this kind of thing, to lend $278 billion into the repo market. The FICC has no assets. It's a clearinghouse. Yes, the games continue. Check out roadtoroot.com. Subscribe today to get the in-depth scoop. I'll be putting out another private road video today. And we move on. This is Bix Weir, roadtoroot.com. Talk to you later.